Hi guys, and welcome to this week's Geeky Brits Podcast, where we talk about anything geeky related in gaming. My name's Ruth from Thrill's YouTube channel, and I am joined by...
I'm Dan from Spark Strikes.
And I think this week we'll probably start off talking about the Battlefield 1 beta.
Yeah.
So how much have you played?
I've played about 6 games. I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. A lot of server issues, but I don't think that's down to EA. Have you heard about those server issues or what?
Apparently they got hacked by that hacking group called Poodle Corp, didn't they?
That's
at some point.
Yeah, I wanted to say Poodle Corp because all these hacking groups have ridiculous names.
They do, don't they? They're not like the anonymous scary hackers. It's like we're a bunch of poodle dogs.
And then there's Lizard Squad.
Yeah, the big ones.
And then there's Badger Brigade.
I've never heard of them. They sound awesome.
I made that up.
Oh, I was going to say. That sounds cool.
Yeah. So I played a bit of it. I played 6 or so games. It's all on the same map. Obviously, I can't remember.
I noticed. I wasn't sure if I was just getting the same map or if it was just that same one. Because I think, is it the same map on both game modes, or is it different map per game mode?
It's the same map, but the layout changes a little bit in certain parts, I think.
I did get a sandstorm the other day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right at the end of Rush, you get a sandstorm, don't you?
Oh, you couldn't see anything at all. It drove me mad.
Yeah, that was
cool.
Yeah, that was the big selling point with previous Battlefields, wasn't it? Like Levolution, they called it, and stuff like that. And they're not really pushing it that much this time around, I feel like. So
no, I remember from Battlefield 4, I can't remember what the map was called. There was a particular one where like the entire building collapses.
Yeah, that's right.
And that was so cool. I remember seeing that, and
what was it called?
That was my favourite map on there.
Like that. It was really cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was really, really fun. But I'm assuming they'll probably do that on some other maps on there this time.
Like on the trailer, if you remember, they had that big Zeppelin crash.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, that'll probably be
so
one of them. But...
they probably have some influence.
So what did you think of it gameplay-wise?
The only thing I enjoyed the gameplay and everything on it, but the only thing that annoyed me was the fact that people aren't playing the roles they're choosing.
Yeah.
Like, it was the amount of times I had died, there was no, like, from an enemy far away, there was no enemies around me, and a medic was literally, it said 0 meters on top of me, so he was right there, and he just ran away. It's like, why didn't you revive me? It's like...
it feels a little bit like people are picking the roles on their weapon rather than what they're meant to be doing.
Yeah, that must be, because I was thinking, well, why not just pick assault? But I know the weapon is different on medic.
So on the medic you get like a bolt action rifle.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I quite enjoyed it. Like, it reminded me of like the FAL and stuff like that from the old Call of Duties. So I quite enjoyed that.
It was a bit slow for me. I am much more of I prefer a faster weapon, which is why I chose the assault.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it, but it was just that. I think you're right. People were just choosing it for the guns and not actually. But it's like you could have got points there for reviving me. It takes a second.
Yeah, and it levels you up a lot quicker if you actually play your role. I stopped playing Call of Duties like about I think it was Battlefield 3 days when that was quite new. I swapped over to Battlefield, and it took me a while to get the grasp of it. But I did find I was leveling up a lot quicker when I would like play my role. Like if you have a teammate who's literally just going to sit there with a machine gun down a hallway and just spray bullets, if you put like a supply drop next to him, you get so many points. It's crazy. But,
there was what was it? There was a map on Battlefield 4 again. I can't remember which one it was. It was the smallest map in the game, and like you're in tunnels or something.
That's right, yeah.
And I remember I always played medic on Battlefield 4, and I would literally be throwing out my med packs like a crazy woman.
Yeah.
And you would get so many points from it and stuff. And it's like, why don't you do that? And killing doesn't get you points because when the second game I played on the beta, I think I got 12 kills, 9 deaths, which is good for me on Battlefield.
Yeah.
And I was literally right at the bottom of the scoreboard. And then a game I played yesterday, I got 3 kills, 3 deaths, but I spent so much time in a tank capturing. I was the 3rd on the board with over 11,000 points.
That's really impressive.
And I wasn't driving it. I was just like on one of the guns, and he was literally going from point to point. We weren't dying, capturing everything. And to get 11,000 points, I was like, you don't need to kill anyone to get points.
Yeah. It kind of pushes that you should be doing your role more rather than trying to run and gun. And I think a big thing with the beta is it's going to be a few people from like games like, for instance, Call of Duty, Overwatch
yeah.
and that are coming over and going, oh yeah, I'm a lone wolf. I run and gun and kill things. They don't really understand yet their
No, and it is
purpose.
because Call of Duty people have been saying we wanted this World War One game, so we are coming to Battlefield. And it's
Yeah,
like, well, you're probably not going to end up enjoying it because the map sizes are much more different
yeah,
on Battlefield to Call of Duty. They're 10 times the size, it feels like.
easy, yeah.
And it's like you've got to actually play objective. You can't just kill people.
Yeah,
It
and the
doesn't
controls
work
are
like
quite
that.
clunky compared to Call of Duty. I find like the controls aren't as fluid, and it doesn't feel you move as easy. You feel like a human more. Like you
Yeah,
a big burly man running around and stuff.
it's not as easy to kill people, I
Oh
found, as
no,
well with the weapons.
yeah, there's a
And
lot more recoil and stuff.
I got confused as well. Every time I was in a tank, I couldn't figure out the button how to get out of it.
I didn't even get a chance to play in a tank. I literally played sniper and support all the way through it.
Oh, I just spawned on one. It wasn't by on purpose. I just
Oh
happened
really?
to spawn and I couldn't get out of the tank. I pressed every single button I could think
Really?
of. And that's the reason I was stood in there. And I thought, well, unless someone kills me in this tank, I'm not going to... I never
Yeah.
ended up dying. That's the one I went 3-3 on.
That's not bad though, is it?
I just got stuck in it though. It was like, I can't do anything. I felt like a cheat. This poor guy's driving this tank round,
I know, just
doing
getting
all the work.
points, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool though,
But
isn't it?
it's cool. It's a fun game. I've not tried a plane yet.
No, I haven't tried to play. I was a really good. Like I trained myself really to be really good at driving helicopters on previous Battlefields. So I'm kind of gutted there's none in this because that's what I trained myself to be really good at.
Is that a definite, or was it just for the beta, do you think?
As far as I'm aware, they didn't have any helicopters around World War One time, so.
Oh, God. I sound stupid now. I would have no idea.
No, well, they might be some eventually, but as far as I'm aware, there's not going to be any. It's just these old-fashioned planes and dogfights in the air.
Yeah.
Old AA cannons, none of this targeting rockets and shit like that.
I suppose, yeah, you forget
I think it's
how
going to be
far
different.
back it is, don't you, when it's based, so...
Yeah, exactly.
I think it'll be... It will be good. I think it will be good. I don't think I'll be any good at flying the planes, though. I tried in the previous Battlefields, anything flying, I was
it's really
kamikaze
hard,
straight away.
It is really hard.
It is hard.
What else was it? So, I didn't know if you did, but I didn't manage to unlock any customization for my guns. Did you?
No, I got up to... I think I'm only level 3.
Yeah, I think I'm
Right,
about the
3.
same. But I didn't.
So I'm not unlocked. I think I unlocked a weapon, and that was it so far.
I didn't even notice if I did. But that's the one thing that scares me because that's why I like about Battlefield. I like grinding out for attachments for my guns. Like I'll find a gun I quite enjoy, and I like getting different scopes for it, different grips and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
changing it up now to World War II, obviously they didn't have this massive amount of laser sights and stuff like that you had in previous Battlefields. So I'm a bit scared of that because I think personally, did you ever play Star Wars Battlefront?
I did, yeah.
And I think that's what its big letdown was, that you couldn't customize the weapons. It got what am I grinding for? I'm grinding for motes to make my stormtrooper twerk and stuff like that. What's the point? This has nothing to do with Star Wars, and I would like a bit more customization. And it felt like, oh yeah, I can unlock little costume differences, different races and for my aliens and stuff like that. But that's all it was. And I'm kind of worried that this is going to go down the same route a little bit. That's my big worry.
Yeah, because that kind of takes the fun out of what you're grinding for, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like even like that with Call of Duty. Now you're grinding to get a dab dance at the end of the game. It's it's just stupid. It's like, wow.
It's a bit ridiculous, isn't it?
It was funny. Everyone thought it was funny at the time, but then when you think about it, you think, this is such a gimmick. It's this is not making people stay and play this game.
No.
I'm sure Battlefield won't go that way, but...
Yeah, I hope not, because obviously the same people, DICE and Visceral, worked on Battlefront, so hopefully it won't happen, I think. The game is absolutely beautiful, though. I was quite gobsmacked when I got into
graphics,
the game.
yeah.
Oh, I was very shocked. I didn't think I played it on PS4, and I was very shocked how well it looked.
It did look good. It really looked good. The thing I loved the most was the guys on the horses.
Yeah. Did you get killed by any? Managed to.
I got killed by one.
Yeah. Same.
But that was I just loved the way they looked. Galloping across. It looked so cool.
I seen footage of someone on Twitch managed to get next to a like the 4x4s with the gunners on the back
Oh yeah.
with a horse. I managed to kill the guy on the gun in the back and the driver
Oh
with a
my
horse.
god.
It was really impressive. That's like them little moments that only in Battlefield moments, which are very cool. I think.
Oh, I'd love to try the horse.
Yeah,
I've not
I'm
tried one
definitely gonna
yet.
try it out. Definitely gonna try it out.
How long is it on for? Is it on for this weekend
I
still?
have no idea how long it's on for. I to be honest, I didn't even know it had started until I saw tweets going on about it.
I had a code emailed to me.
Oh really? I didn't even get a code. I literally just logged on and downloaded it.
I think I'd signed up for the early.
Oh,
you
like
got it a day early. That was it.
Oh, I see.
So no big deal. But
that one day is gonna make a difference.
I know it's obviously made all the difference. I've played less games than you in that time. So.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's fun. I'm interested to see the full release.
Yeah.
I just wish they had more than one map.
For the beta, yeah. But I think typically they've always had one map for the betas.
Did they do that on Hardline? Because I can't.
Yeah, they did.
I'm
yeah,
sure
you had the one with the crane.
I can't remember. I just remember a ton of houses on the particular map on Hardline because I never had the full game. I only ever had the beta.
Oh, really? I can remember because they did it quite different last year. It was announced at E3, and you could literally go and download the beta right there and then. Like as soon as it was announced, like go on your PlayStation and download it now. And I can remember it being downtown LA, and it was a big crane, and you had to rob a bank or something, and then try and get the money to a certain area, something like that it was.
Yeah, I do remember that because that's what the whole thing was. It was about getting the money, wasn't it, and getting out. But I never bought that game.
I did.
Was it any good?
I enjoyed it. It was different, like to have vehicles that moved a lot quicker than typical Battlefield ones. It was very fun. It was different. I don't think it was on because it was on a scale that was a lot smaller than previous Battlefields, like no tanks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think that has suffered from that quite a lot.
Well, that's what Battlefield is, isn't it? It's about tanks and
that's what everyone knows Battlefield for, and it kind of went down that route of a little bit more like Call of Duty-esque, a lot smaller maps. Like there were some maps where you literally on like in like Florida, like a little villa, and you would literally just try and rob like the safe of the villa.
Yeah,
that's all you had to do, and like it's a lot smaller scale, I think personally.
Kind of reminds me of Payday.
Yeah, I'd definitely say like Payday. Yeah, it's like Battlefield Payday's kind of mix, wasn't it?
I really liked Payday.
I enjoy Payday. I still play Payday 2 every now and then.
I haven't played it in ages. I've got it on Steam. That's what I've always played it on.
There's so much DLC for it as well.
I know. I think I've got a couple of DLCs, but not too many of them.
They've really looked after that game after release. Really, really have.
Oh no, they've still kept it going, haven't they?
Yeah.
They've done all right.
What else?
Should we talk about EGX?
Yeah, let's go for it. So we're both attending.
Yes.
What days are you attending? The whole weekend, isn't it?
I'm there from the Thursday to the Sunday.
That's a long time.
I know, which is what I am worried about because I've been looking at the games and I can't see it keeping me occupied for.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. So
whole 4 days.
I'm looking now as well, and there's not a lot going on. They seem like they've announced it a lot later.
They definitely. I mean, they only just announced a major game today. I think actually no, they only actually announced Battlefield 1 today. I think
today. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I think there's out of the big major games, there's FIFA. There's always there every year.
Yeah.
Battlefield, COD will obviously be there. It's always there every year now.
They've not announced that as yet, though.
No, they have not announced it, but I think today or tonight at some point the multiplayer.
The reveal was on today. Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
I watched a little bit of somebody streaming it, and people were disappointed.
Really, it's Call of Duty. Everyone's disappointed.
Well, yeah.
That'll be there for sure.
Yeah,
I've seen another game which was literally like JCB, like the Digger JCB. Like JCBs, like the big diggers, like.
Oh yeah.
A game for that. I didn't see any gameplay of it, but that was announced. Like JCB Mars or something like that it was called. What else was there? There was Gran Turismo, Dawn of War 3, and I think that's all I'm aware of.
I know they've got Titanfall 2.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that
They're
is right.
doing Overwatch tournaments, I think.
Are they
Yeah.
like proper like big teams or anyone can join?
No, I think it's ones where people can join, as far as I'm aware,
I'm
the
gonna
way
be
they've
part
said
of
it.
that. I've got to be part of that some way.
You say I would be, but I would thought of raging in front of other people watching me would just I can rage in my own space in my own room, but to be raging with other people there, it'd be like, no.
Yeah, I guess I know what you
I
mean.
can't do that. We've got Tekken 7 there, but only in a tournament setting,
Oh, really?
which
It,
I was really disappointed of because I love the Tekken games. I've
yeah,
played every single one of them. I'm the queen button masher,
really.
and they've not got it there to play regularly, which I was a bit gutted about. It's
Because
like, why?
they do quite a lot of tournaments there with fighting games, don't they?
They did a Street Fighter one last year, I remember.
For 5.
I think, yeah, it was the most recent one. They did,
Yeah,
and people that were winning were going up on stage to play and everything, which that looked quite cool. I watched a few of them.
that's pretty cool.
I know they've got Sonic coming. They've got a few Sega things apparently.
Yeah, Sega's trying to make a comeback, isn't it? It looks like that way with Sonic.
Yeah, but Endless Space, whatever that is. I'm not seeing any
yeah, I haven't heard
information.
anything about it. Sonic Mania, I think it's called. I've not heard anything
Yeah,
about it.
I've not. I'm actually even really researched them. I've just seen them. I'm not sure if Sonic Mania is going to be like a classic style Sonic or a brand new
As far as I'm
style.
aware, it's like, did you ever hear of Sonic Generations?
Yes.
It was 2 Sonics.
Oh, so it's similar to that kind of thing.
Yeah, like that again. As far as I'm aware. What else? I think that there's not much really. There's a lot of indie games. Like it seems like indie is definitely going to be leading this year.
Oh, have you seen the game? What was it called? I think it was called Dad Quest.
No.
Oh my God, that game looks so much fun. It is literally an indie game where you are a dad, you're carrying your son, and you use your son as a weapon and you throw him at the enemies and he comes back to you.
Jesus Christ.
It looks absolutely
That's
hilarious.
the glory of indie games though, isn't it? You can make ridiculous stuff like that and people will buy it. Like
It does. It looks so much fun.
yeah, like Gang Beasts as well, isn't it? That does
That's a cool game.
that's how that's in any event you ever
Played that at
go
the after party last year.
Yeah, and it always does
Yeah.
well. Have you seen the game which is literally called The Floor is Lava?
No.
That's going to be there. And it's literally it starts off like you're in a living room and the floor looks like lava and you just jump from seat to seat and seat and then it works up eventually so you're like in like massive mountainsides, hanging off roofs of skyscrapers and stuff like that. And it's just the floor's lava, don't fall.
That sounds like a raging game, that.
Yeah. And it's all in like first person either. It's not like a side scroller like you'd imagine it'd be. So
that sounds better actually. I thought it'd be arcade style.
No, it's all like it's pretty good looking game as well. I was quite surprised. But it looks very different. And that's one of the things with indie games. You get gems like that, I think. Which,
yeah.
You typically don't get in, big production teams won't make things. Like if you went into a production room for EA and says, I want to make a game where the floor is lava and that's the story. The floor is lava. Like they'd laugh at you. They want big budget, like Battlefield and stuff like that. So I think that's a big, good thing. Like you get to see these games as well. I don't know if it was last year, but I remember playing a game. It was called Never Alone. I think it was the last time EGX was in London, and that was a really cool game. That was, and what was nice about that is that the people who actually made it were there, and I actually got to talk to them about it. And they asked, yeah, and I thought that's always cool because that doesn't happen. It's always people who are paid with the big games to just stand there and try and sell the game. But
I had that last year as well. There was a game called Project Zomboid, an indie game.
I've heard of that.
And the people who made that were there.
Yeah.
And stuff, and they were really nice, and they were like really keen for you to play the game, and like if you were stuck, they wanted you to enjoy it. Yeah, I like that. That's just why I prefer the indie games. I'll probably spend most of my time.
I think I will as well. The queues are always a lot smaller as well.
Or if you go in early access, I know last year when we got in at 10 o'clock, the indie games were dead. You could literally get on any single one because people were all diving to queue for Battlefront, and
I did it.
Did you?
I ran over and I queued for the Division, and I was there until everyone else got in. Queuing for the Division.
How long were you in the queue for?
I think it was only like an hour and a half. But it's still a long time. And
that is a long time.
It was rubbish. It was nothing like the finished game.
I played the Division. I've actually sold it now already.
Really?
But I didn't. I kind of liked it, but I got a bit. it's probably one of them where you need to play with other people.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I played all of it through with my friends in a squad and stuff, and it was really, really fun. But by itself, it's so boring.
Yeah, it was. I was like, I'd get matched made with some like random people who were more awful than I was, and it was like, this is not going to happen.
Yeah, it's very repetitive.
So, yeah, I just gave up and thought, right, suck it, I'm selling it.
Yeah.
But I can imagine it would be good, like I said, with friends and stuff. But
yeah, I think there's a big push now at the moment for less competitive games and more playing like in a group of friends. That seems to be the big push this year as well, I find.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it, really, because you do have more fun with others, don't you? So
yeah. I want more games. I love like a Left 4 Dead 3. I'd be so made up with that.
I love Left 4 Dead as well.
I'd be, and this is controversial. I know a lot of people will not agree with me, but I would be more happy to get a Left 4 Dead 3 than a Half-Life 3.
You see, I've only played the first Half-Life, and I wasn't. This was a long time ago, though. Jesus, when did that come out?
Oh, like 2003, something like that.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, and I enjoyed it, but it never made me want to buy the next one for some reason. I felt like, what more could I do?
And I didn't, I can't see what the fuss was about. I never really enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, it was an okay game, but
nothing to rave about.
Yeah, it played pretty solid, but not literally like live, breathe Half-Life like everyone.
Yeah.
Like they're so like, oh my god, I want 3. Like it's whatever.
I think somebody had done that. Did you hear about that at Gamescom where someone had bought a billboard?
Yeah, they paid thousands for it.
Yeah, and put Half-Life 3 on it.
Yeah, that was so good.
That was so clever.
Ultimate troll.
That was that. I bet people will go seeing that thinking, oh my god.
Yeah, they were going batshit crazy.
Getting in and be like, well, shit.
All guys it's not real. Like, all like rumbling around, like looking for them on the map, like, where is it?
And it was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
There's no Half-Life 3.
That's the type of shit I'd do if I won the lottery, to be fair.
I thought it was genius. Wow, brilliant.
Or like rip the logo off just a bit and advertise your own game.
Well, yeah, you could do. You know what? People do that blooming EGX. Have you seen people leaving the business cards everywhere?
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ, yeah.
Oh, my God. I sat in the Twitch bit with, like, couches, and I just sat there, and there was, like, a pile of business cards next to me, and he said that he was at the event, and I thought, I'll be nosy, check his Twitter. He's been in bloody America.
No way.
So I don't know how he got his cards here. He must have had a friend drop him off.
Yeah, guaranteed.
That's in the UK. I thought, you cheeky bastard.
I've seen, like... Another thing you've probably seen it yourself last year was literally like people walking around with TVs like strapped to their backs, but with like the trailers for games.
Oh God, yeah.
Did you remember them? Like, and they were all dressed like SWAT soldiers.
Oh yeah, there's tons of them.
Yeah, like things like that. That's ridiculous. Like the advertisement they put into things like that.
Oh, people go crazy. They have like stuff like that. They've got all the T-shirts with their own branding on and stuff like that. And it's like, follow me, and it's like, no.
Even like you see like even like small YouTubers do it there and that as well. I remember seeing like another podcast that I listened to, not a particularly big one, but I remember like seeing them there, and I only realized it was them because they had their logo on a T-shirt. Like, oh hi, how's it going? But I like little things like that as well, just to like help spot people that you might kind of know that aren't really famous, I guess.
Was that Geeky Brits UK by any chance?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, was it not?
No, but I did look out for them because I talked to them quite a lot.
Yeah, I saw one of the, I don't know who it was because I've spoken to them on Twitter a few times, but I saw one of the people in the women's toilets. But I decided not to approach her, obviously.
Yeah, that's kind of an awkward place to approach them.
But yeah, she had an orange Geeky Brits UK, and I was like, oh, I won your competition ages ago.
I won one of their competitions ages ago as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, ages and ages ago. I won like a little box of things they put together for me.
Yeah, I did last June. I got a Game Boy Color.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and a load of like little geeky stuff and that. It was really cool.
Yeah, I got the same, very similar stuff. I didn't get a Game Boy Color. I got a Yoshi amiibo and some other stuff like that. It was really cool. Some comics and stuff like that. I was dead made up with it.
Did you win their first competition?
Yeah, I was the one. Yeah, that's right. I was the first one.
I won the second one. You know what? I think that's how I started talking to you.
Maybe that might be then.
I think that is why, because I won the second one.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I'd always assumed it had been through Pops.
I had as well, but I'm sure that it kind of rings a bell for some reason now. Yeah. I'm just thinking. Because I remember winning the second one. I remember you I'm sure you'd said you won the first one.
That's weird.
It's weird
world.
that.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Thank you, Geek Press.
I know, God, and I've still not spoken to them since then. I never even
No,
told them I saw them at EGX.
No.
Never mind, they'll probably be there this time, I imagine.
Yeah, they'll probably be there this year. They seem like nice guys. What we've played across the week?
Well, this week, all I've really been playing is Destiny. Again, I've been just recording my series on that.
How's it going? I watched episode 1 and 2.
I've just done 3 and 4 today. It's weird playing it again because I've not played the story in so long. I kind of remember certain bits of it, and then I forget certain bits, and I remember now why I got frustrated playing the story.
Why is that?
It's just because I'm used to being such a high level on my previous characters, doing it from such a low level, it seems like a massive grind.
Yeah, I remember it being quite grindy.
It is really grindy, and I just want to be that high level to get all the good gear, and it's like I'm getting all these rubbish drops, and I'm like, why can't I just be high level now? But I'm enjoying it.
They don't really give you that good drops as you're leveling up, is it? It's all end game stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. It is when you're doing stuff like that. But I'm enjoying it. I'm just looking forward to getting my hunter to as high as possible now. But I am looking forward to defeating the final boss in the story because I remember loving that mission.
I don't even remember what the final boss was.
I won't say actually, but it is quite cool. That's probably one of my favourite ones. I didn't enjoy the Taken King one so much because I personally found that a struggle.
Yeah, but I know the new DLC is going to be at EGX, isn't it?
I know, but it's at EGX 2 days after it's come out.
Oh, I see. So it's just to kind of push it a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, so I'll have already got it and played it, but I do know.
Probably finished it.
Oh, they always do oh, well, actually, I might have done if I'm not going to go grind badly, but what did they do last year? Last year, they did the fastest people to do a 5 team of 3 to do a strike and win a PS4.
That's awesome.
And they're doing the same again this year. The fastest 3 people to complete a strike. And it's like, if I had...
Or do they have to fight between it?
Oh, you know what? I actually don't know.
Because that would be worth watching them try and fight between it then after.
I know, could you imagine? Yeah, it's like, this 5 team of 1, here's 1 PS4 for the 3 of you. Like shit.
Yeah. Like something out of Mad Max at the Thunderdome.
Oh, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? You know what? I even don't know. That's probably something I should check up on that because I am so fast at doing the particular strikes that I know how to do. I can literally run through them because there's blocks of enemies. If you know the way to work around them, you don't even have to kill them.
That's awesome.
You can just jump over them, get to the next point.
Yeah.
And you can do a strike within like 7 minutes when it usually take about 20.
Christ. Yeah. I remember doing a strike like this is like I think when they only had maybe 3 or 4 after launch.
Yeah.
I literally got to the end. I remember I'd playing one and it took me like 2.5 hours, something like that.
They can do when you're a low level after you just completed the game. They are so hard to do because you're not used to that many enemies, and it is crazy. I remember having one. It was one of the very first strikes actually, and I was with just one other guy because another person had quit on the boss, which I was fuming at. And we just kept dying, and we had to restart the boss over and over again. And we was there for about an hour and a half, just us two.
Frustrating.
It was, but I was like, I'm not quitting. I can't quit. And we eventually did it, and I remember being so happy.
That's it. That's what games like that are for, though. You finish your goal and you feel great after.
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I wasted 90 minutes of my time. I had fun.
That's what video games are. So, what else? Exactly. What have you been watching as well as playing Destiny?
Well, mine's just Stranger Things, which we'll save for another time.
We'll talk about. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did really, really enjoy it. That last episode was a good one.
It was. Out of 10, what would you rate it?
10.
Yeah, same. Totally.
I did not think it'd be my kind of thing, but I loved it.
No, it was very We'll touch on it quickly, but it reminded me a lot of like Silent Hill and stuff like that.
Yeah, with like the other portals and worlds and that. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
that's actually one of my favorite films.
Yeah, it was very, very good. It was do you know the bit? I won't touch too much on it, but the bit by the swimming pool.
Yes.
I was like, this is like Silent Hill. This is just Silent Hill.
I felt really bad for her. I actually nearly teared up when because I was like, she's so lovely.
She was just like a nice person.
Yeah. I kind of felt like I had a sort of a Nightmare on Elm Street film feel to it as well.
Yeah.
kind of, even though I know Nancy is called Nancy in Nightmare on Elm Street, but I kind of had the same feeling kind of thing with it. It was in a strange way,
It
but
probably because they were set, like in the 80s and
similar times, yeah.
I guess the
Like the
soundtrack
way
was
they were
awesome as
acting.
well.
Oh, it was. It was
Crash
really
popping
good.
up every now and then and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that.
No, that was good. That was good. What have you been watching?
I think I watched about 5 episodes of Scream on Netflix.
Oh, good. You done good. How do you like it?
I don't know, like I enjoyed it. It was really gory. It was a lot gorier than I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
But the biggest issue I had was the teen actors.
Yeah, they are bad, aren't they?
I really couldn't. I was rooting for the villain all the way through it because I don't know what it is. I think the big thing with me was I didn't like it because of it's literally just like rich, beautiful teenagers. Like it's not realistic.
No.
And it kind of just annoyed me a little bit. And the way they talked and everything, like, oh my God, he's still on Facebook. What is he, a grandpa and stuff like that? Like, shut up.
I do know what you mean. That's one of the things that I've probably thought so throughout it. Is the acting. It's like they're such dumb teenagers, which is like what the original Scream films were, I guess.
I agree with you. Yeah,
but it's just the acting. It isn't the best.
No,
but
I suppose it reminded me of a lot of like these type of like Teen Wolf like remake and stuff like that. Like these like ones like MTV ones like that are kind of low budget just for kind of grotty teens to kind of watch. Yeah,
I think it's one of that. It's easy watching where you don't have to do too much.
You don't have to think about it, do you?
You don't have to think about too much. No. And I even looked on Internet Movie Database, and the majority of the cast have only been
in Scream.
In this.
Oh, that's good to them, I guess. They've kind of been thrown in the deep end a bit.
Yeah, and to be honest, the show has got a pretty decent rating on Netflix. Yeah. I know a lot of shows have bashed on there, but
they do,
for the acting and stuff like that, it's as bad as it is. It's not terrible. I've managed to get through the season 2, and I ended up getting to the point where it wasn't even the acting bothering me because I was just dying to know who the goddamn killer was. Yeah. I just couldn't stop until I found out.
Know yet, or what?
It's kind of ended on a cliffhanger again.
All right.
So you think you know?
Yeah, I'll see how it ends. I think this season, and if the cliffhanger's more interesting enough, I'll carry on. That it makes it keeps me in. If it keeps me in, then I'll bother. Otherwise, I don't think I'll be that excited to stick with it.
If I'm honest, season 2 is better than season 1.
Yeah.
Whereas there's more. The acting has got slightly better, and there is more cliffhangers in season 2.
I see.
But I had to wait for I don't even know how, probably about 7 or 8 months since finishing season 1 to start season 2.
That's quite a long time, isn't it? And it's all done weekly as well, so they upload an episode every week. So you can't really binge on it.
No, that's what I've been doing. I'd sometimes wait 2 weeks and then binge on 2 episodes.
I kind of like that tuning in type of weekly type of thing. That kind of appeals to me a bit more.
I do enjoy it because you do look forward to it, but then I am one of them people, if they're ending on a freaking cliffhanger every episode, you're like, why can't I just watch them all right now? It drives me mad.
I do agree with you to an extent there, I guess. That's true. But I feel like if I can binge on it, I won't pay enough attention to it.
I know what you yeah. That's kind of what I did with Stranger Things, because I had every single episode
just on
there, and it's so much to take in, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot to take in with Stranger Things, I will say that.
Which is probably why I've probably missed a few bits, but
we'll touch on that next week, I guess.
Yeah, and anything I've missed can fill me in.
Yeah. So besides that, I started watching Peep Show again. Just because I love that. Just makes me laugh because both the characters remind me of myself, I guess. And then I've been playing Overwatch as usual. Yeah, that's just every week I do that. It's like my go-to game. And Fallout, because Fallout 2 DLC came out.
Yes, so, I've seen your your first 2.
Yeah, episode 3 went up last night about midnight. It wasn't that interesting. It doesn't feel like it feels like it's gonna get interesting soon. But, I'm enjoying it. It's very, very different from.
It was very in depth, like you've been thrown in.
Yeah, it felt that way. it doesn't feel like you get much choice compared to, like Fallout is very like you pick and choose what you're gonna do, you pick and choose factions and stuff like that. This isn't anything like that. You kind of I'll touch a little bit on the story of what I've done so far. So you get a radio call and you want to go to Nuka World because you follow the radio call, find a man bleeding out. Says his wife and kid is being captured by raiders. So you get on this tram to go to Nuka World. I don't know where Nuka World is based in America because they usually push that quite a lot, but they haven't this time. And then you get there, find out it's just a trap to get you there, and basically go through this pit of just death. And it was so difficult. It was so difficult. I really struggled with it. And it felt like it took me a lot longer than it did. But it was just trap after trap after trap, and it was very, very difficult.
I saw a bit where you were you were trying not to shoot these things because they were going to set on fire, and you kept surviving. It was like how
the gas
it kept blowing up,
gas leaking into the room, and there's rad roaches everywhere. And I was like, I don't have any melee weapons. What do I do?
Yeah,
I panicked. Like I literally had no idea what to do. So literally, you're forced to fire, and flames come up everywhere, and it's just stuff like that. After that, I feel like literally you get made boss of the raider gang, like because there's more than one faction in Nuka World. So they're all raiders, but there's different gangs of raiders. So you get the pack is one, and they're all dressed like animals. So they've got like gas masks that look like elephant heads, like the old plague doctor masks from like.
Oh, did you find one of them in the second episode?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Yeah.
And like they're that kind of gang, and then there's another one which are literally like a very kind of medieval looking one. That all their gear's like quite metal and stuff like that, and they seem to be a bit more into like just like brutally murdering people. And then there's one that's meant to be quite classy because they've all got like pinstripe suits on, but with like little bits of body armor on it. And I've spoken to them, and I think, as far as I'm aware, what I've got to do is I've got to promise one of them gangs how they're going to get on, if they're going to be like the main gang out of the three, and fall out with the other two and take them on, I think. And then basically try and take parts of the park back. And that's what I'm guessing I'm going to have to do now, but they don't really explain what's going on. With the trailer, they kind of misled it a lot, I think. They kind of said, like, yeah, you're going to go to Nuka World, and you're going to have lots to do there. But as far as I'm aware, like, there's not much to do there yet, besides look for coins apparently, and I get a token for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I met a robot that called me a steaming sack of dung. And it was like it'd been hacked, and it was just like calling like me the worst things, which was ridiculous. But I'm enjoying it. It's pretty cool. It's been it's different. I like it. It's a good excuse to jump back into Fallout because Fallout's one of my favorite series.
It does look fun. It does look really fun.
I definitely say this and Far Harbor have been the best. The others have been absolutely rubbish. So boring. Were you into the building on Fallout much?
You know what? I didn't. I only got to level 10, so I don't know what much I've done. I remember I was just trying to build up my sanctuary to get like, beds and that. That was the last thing I remember. Yeah, that was the bit I was trying to concentrate on the most.
Did you enjoy it?
I did, yeah.
So I think you'd definitely enjoy the other DLCs because there was one that was literally just concentrated on adding stuff to that. So there was more materials you could build with, different stuff like to make your buildings look really, really awesome.
Oh yeah, that's what I'd like probably.
Yeah, there was all of that. It was very like Minecrafty. I'd definitely say. And then after that, they did one that was so you get to be your own vault overseer, and you literally go down to this empty vault. You find like a ghoul there, and you have to like basically just build a vault and get these people to live there and power it and everything like that. That was another one. I didn't really enjoy it that much. It felt so slow paced for me. I wasn't.
Yeah, it depends what you enjoy, doesn't it? I think it sounds like something that'd be up my street.
If you do, like obviously now this is the last DLC now, so if you can get the hands on the season pass for cheap now, because most of the time that's what they tend to do is the season pass will get cheap.
Yeah.
Because all the DLCs have been announced and they're out. You'll definitely, I think it's enough to get you back into Fallout. Definitely, I would say.
I was going to play it the other day. I did an update on it and I thought, because I was going to restart again, I thought, you know what, I was level 10. I thought I'll see where I was up to and if I can pick it up.
Yeah,
I went on it and my blooming save's gone.
totally gone.
And I was like, what? And I thought, I know I've done it because I checked my trophies and they were there. But
I think
it's gone.
that happened to quite a lot of people with an update that happened like back the end of last year. It deleted like an update that deleted a lot of people's saves, so it might have been that actually happened to you. You weren't even aware.
It has been a long time since around Christmas time when I played it, so it's probably a good thing because if I can start again, I can remember exactly what I've done then and get back into it and try not to kill any nice people this time.
I used to do that by accident. Like I'd be doing something and I'd, like, you know, like a mutant would be attacking my town and I would like try to shoot the mutant and I'd accidentally shoot one of my team by like in the head. They'd fall out with me and like oh no, I've got to load my save, which I haven't done for like 4 hours.
I'm sure I accidentally stole something.
Yeah, that's
something like that. I was just like being curious, looking around, and I'm sure, and then this woman who was cooking at this pot started coming after me, and I was like, right, well, I've got to kill you now.
Yeah, that's exactly what type of thing that happens, and if you haven't saved in a long time, it can be an absolute pain. Really, really annoying.
Yeah, but, I hadn't done, so I just thought, you know what, I'll take this as a loss. I've killed you now.
Yeah.
You and your fellow that were with you.
I definitely say, though, if you struggled with your first playthrough, a lot of people don't think of this with Fallout. You can actually go into your settings and like lower the setting difficulty to like easy, normal, survival mode and stuff like that.
So that sounds quite handy for me. Can you change it throughout the game?
Yeah, you can change it through the game. So say now you're stuck on a part, you can just lower it down to easy and play through it. I've done that. I'm not gonna lie, I have done that. I've had to do it on some parts.
Oh no, that's right on my street and all. Definitely, I'll definitely probably do that because there was one bit. The reason I stopped was because I was stuck.
Yeah, so it's definitely worth thinking of doing that. Another thing people don't do either, and I think I talked to you a couple of days ago about this, but try and like plan out how you're gonna build your character as well. Like like you typically could with other RPG games.
Yeah.
Because like Fallout's all like guns and shit like that. People always assume you can just play it like just wing through it and play it like you would like a shooter. But it's an RPG at the end of the day, and I think that's another thing you have to look into is like how you're gonna build your character. You know, if you're gonna go for intelligence, science, and all that thing. Definitely consider that on your next playthrough as well.
Well, it's funny because after you'd said that, I'd watched a video about Fallout 4 on YouTube, and it was literally a guy saying, don't just average everything, try and pick something you want. So I was like, last time I probably did just even them all out, whereas I know that's not the best thing because you need to be a particular at something, don't you?
I recommend going for intelligence, okay? Because that's what I'm struggling through, because the last character I did loads of intelligence, and this one I haven't done any, and I literally can't modify my guns at all. I'm struggling for that. That's really
good tip then.
Yeah, good tip. Besides that, I think that's everything. That's all I've been playing. Really enjoying that though.
Oh, good. I think that's everything for this week then, isn't it?
Yeah, that's everything. We've touched on enough, I think. So, do you want to sign out?
Right, guys, and that's been it for this week. We'll be back next week with another podcast. I've been Ruth from the channel Thrills.
I've been Dan from the channel Spark Strikes. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
I'll watch you. See you later. Bye.